What's going on, guys? My name's Tony, and I've been studying the brachial plexus for a while now, and it wasn't really sticking with me. So I ran across a video made by Zach Dukowitz, 2009 medical student. He um, he made a video that was fantastic. You learned it in 10 seconds. YouTube him. The link is below for his video. I'm making this one because I want to kind of reinforce what I learned, if I learned anything, and then hopefully help you guys out with recognizing the actual brachial plexus, the nerves, what they innervate, all that fun stuff. I know that we're going to have to find them on our cadavers, and we're probably going to get pop quizzed on them again. So hopefully this helps, and let's get started. Just let me zoom in the video. Ooh, all right, really close. Okay, so first thing we want to do is draw essentially three lines with the most superior and the most inferior having branches coming off them. All right, so that's essentially going to be the basis for how we're going to draw this plexus. Next, you're going to make two check marks with an X going through them. The first one looks like this. And the next one looks similar, a little bit more curvaceous. So let me draw it, and you guys will see how it turns out. So still that same general structure, just looks italicized. Anyways, so after that, you want to draw just some branching nerves. So let's start from the most superior and work our way down to the inferior. So you just want to put one branch coming out of here, three right here, and three on the last one. Then you're going to jump right next to this branch and draw two. Finally, you draw one last one up here, and finally your long thoracic. Cool. So once you get all those drawn, you're basically done with your plexus. Not too much to do other than label. So what I saw that really helped, there were some mnemonics or acronyms that kind of really flowed through. The first one is MARMU, M-A-R-M-U. So MARMU. So what you're essentially looking at here is you got your musculocutaneous, your axillary nerve, your radial nerve, your median nerve, and your ulnar nerve. So these are going to be more branching towards your forearm. And then once you move to the other branches, again, let's start from superior to inferior, working our way down. So the top one, you're going to have your, I believe it's the lateral pectoralis. Give me just 1 second. Yes. Your LP, your lateral pectoralis. So you have your LP right there. Then once you jump down to the bottom, just think upper, middle, lower. So U, M, L. Right? Sounds like LMU, or you think of the university. Either way, those are your subscapular, I believe. So subscapular nerves. And then lastly, you got the row of middles, your middle. Or medial, sorry, M, row of M's. So with that, you have your medial pectoral, your medial brachial cutaneous, and your medial antebrachial cutaneous. Ooh, that doesn't look too good. M. Okay, there we go. So essentially here you got a row of M's up top, A, B, C for the first one, B, C, and then P. Or, I mean, if you really want to think of it, if you don't want to memorize it too much, just think a row of M's, and then you go A, B's, C's across, and then you add a P. Next, you have your suprascapular nerve up here. So suprascapular. Below that, you have your N2S. N2S stands for nerve to subclavius, I believe. Yeah. So nerve to subclavius. And then right next to that, you have your dorsal scapular nerve. And then this long branch right here is just going to be your long thoracic. So you got all the nerves down on the plexus. I mean, they ask you to figure out or, tell them which one it is. You got it down, right? So a couple things to keep in mind. It starts at C5 and ends at T1. So you have C5, C6, C7, C8, T1. And one last thing, or two more things. So you need to know how many muscles some of these innervate. The first thing I look at is the ALM and then the S. So you just take the number 2 and you put it next to each one. So your axillary, 2, your L, 2, so your lower subscapular, your axillary nerve, and your medial pectoral, 2. So each of those will innervate 2 muscles. Also your subscapularis, or suprascapularis will also innervate 2. Last thing, I know that for the dissections, it's going to be kind of hard to, yank everything out. So a good starting point or something to just kind of know is that this plexus sits posteriorly, or half of it does, to your axillary artery. So imagine this red pen is your axillary artery. It sits just like this, sitting up front, and lies on top of it. So if you want to take, so let's name which branches would be posterior. So you can put P, P, and P, and then the branches that would lie anterior would be A, A, A. So we'll draw the posterior in blue. So this would lie posterior, this big one, this angle, and this angle. And then in red, we'll draw what lies anteriorly. So this, here, and here. So basically, if you were to essentially take a cross-section to see what it would look like, let me try to give you an idea. So you'd have your most superior nerve up top of the plexus, and then the posteriors right here would be located in the back. So this would be your posterior end and your anterior end. And then these would be basically on the same level. And then finally you have your axillary artery would run kind of right here. So if you were to draw some branches in as well, you'd get the blue branches going like this. And essentially the red branches, well, there'd really only be one, and it would be kind of attaching also around back here. So yeah, that's your brachial plexus. Here, I'll get out of your way. Hope it helped, and let me zoom this camera out. Thanks for watching, guys. Again, this is the full plexus. Ooh. This is the full plexus. Again, watch that video by Zach Duckowitz. He does a really good job. I'll link to that one as well. And good luck, everyone. I really, really hope we don't get another pop quiz.